I want to explain to you how to ship USPS international packages and actually fill out a customs form this year. So here's an overview I want you to pay attention to. When you think about actually shipping USPS international packages, you are able to, you have the possibility to bring your package to a post office location. Okay, you can also create and print your own customs form actually using click and ship. So that's really cool. So you can use click and ship the service for everything. You can buy postage, you can print labels and customs forms, and you can even schedule a pickup. So that's really good in terms of flexibility. Now, for sending letters under 3.5 ounces and large envelopes under 15.99 ounces to other countries, it's just better to do it internationally. Okay. So the thing is that when you think about sending international packages, first of all, you need to have the full name of the person or company you are sending the item to and their international address. You need to have a comprehensive list of things you are sending and their value for the customs form. You need a printer if you are printing your customs form. And also, you need packaging materials like boxes, padding, and tape, okay? Now, the thing you should really know here is that sending packages to other countries is actually different from sending packages inside the U.S., right? Because you have a tracking, you have rules, you have things you can't send, you have customs forms, but you also have consequences. You want to be very careful, detailed, and accurate. If you make mistakes, your package could be delayed, subject to extra import fees, or even rejected, confiscated, or destroyed by the receiving countries. So, you got to really be more careful here. So, what are the steps? First of all, think about where, what, and how much you can send. So, find the country you are sending the package to. Okay, that's really important in terms of flexibility. Okay, so what you can send. Think about what's restricted. Think about the kind of size and the weight limits you have to really abide by. And also, don't forget that you have extra fees to actually think about for large envelopes. I'm showing you on the screen here how much you can send in terms of size and weight limits. So I'm showing you the service and the maximum weight. So Priority Mail Express International, Priority Mail International, First Class Package International Service, First Class Mail International, and Airmail and bags. Think about large envelopes, but also packages will cost you extra, whether or not they go through the customs service or not. So if you want to ship USPS international packages and fill out a customs forms, the first step, you have to know how much what you can send. Number two, you want to choose an international shipping service. Okay, so for this case, we are choosing actually a USPS International Shipping Services, and I'm actually explaining to you like from Priority Mail Express International to Airmail and bags what the differences are. I'll put this on the screen so basically you have a clear idea about how to compare USPS International Shipping Services. That's important. So choosing a USPS International Service depends on how much you want to spend, right? Everything starts from there. Your budget is going to play an important role. It also depends on speed, how quickly you want it to arrive, okay? And to arrive the country that you are sending to. There's a big difference whether you're sending something to Canada versus Nigeria, for instance, okay? What you are sending and its size, shape, and weight. And you have to think about whether or not you need tracking or other special features, okay? That's important. So, and then you have to prepare your box. So if you want to ship USPS international packages and fill out a customs forms, you have to prepare your box. So pick and pack your box, especially if you want to protect your contents and to make sure the box arrives intact. So use a sturdy box with enough room to add cushioning for fragile items and actually to prevent items from shifting, because this happens all the time, especially if the item is traveling real far, okay? And if you are reusing a box, make sure that all the markings, shipping labels, that's important, and addresses are completely covered or blacked out, because the last thing you want is to actually confuse the postal service staff. Okay, so you want to write down each item, that how much it weighs and how much it is worth. You will need this info for your customs form, and that's important. It doesn't matter whether you actually do it at home using USPS customs form online tool, or you do it at the post office. You want to tip your box so that it closes flat on all sides, and reinforce the flaps with a 2-inch wide packing tape. So if you will be using Priority Mail Express International or Priority Mail International flat rate services, you can actually get free shipping supplies delivered to you for free to use with those services. So if you want to ship USPS international packages and fill out a customs form, you want to write the address properly. So first, you need to know where, what, and how much you are sending. You want to choose an international shipping service. Number 3, you want to prepare your box. Number 4, you want to write the address. So write the address parallel to the longest side of the package, and make sure the address and postage will fit on the same side. That's important, okay? Because whether you are going through the customs or not, you have to really abide by the formatting structure of those countries. So you have to pay attention to a few things. First of all, you want to have. I'll show you actually on the screen. You need to write the sender address, your full name or company name, the apartment or suite number, full street address, city, state, and zip code, zip +4, and USA. So that's for the sender address. You have to also write the delivery address. So just don't remember that. I mean, don't forget rather. Don't forget that you want to include the following on separate lines. So the recipient's full name or company name, full street address, the city, subdivision, and postal code, not zip code. I mean, not all countries use the zip code format, and also the country. Let me give you an example here. So you have United Kingdom and Mr. Thomas Clark. You put whatever, and you put the Mr. Thomas is in London, and you put the UK, the same way you have it on the screen right now. This is how you do it, okay? And also, there is a special note on U.S. military bases and embassies in other countries. So if you are sending to our APO, FPO, and DPO addresses, those actually are specific. I mean, you pay domestic prices, but you use a different address format, and you will have to fill out a customs form too, okay? That's important. So if you want to ship USPS international packages and fill out a customs form, you need to also calculate and apply postage, because I mean, you have to really pay for the service, okay? If you are going to use stamps or pay for your postage at a post office location, that's kind of fine, not a problem, but you have to use the international postage calculator on the USPS website to figure out the price of your postage. As a matter of fact, you can also use the app, the USPS app, to figure out the cost. Okay, you can also use Click and Ship service to pay for and print international postage for Priority Mail Express International, Priority Mail International, and First Class Package International service. Now, this is something I want to insist on. You want to really make sure you are paying the correct postage. Make sure the weight is accurate. Round up. You want to round up on weights. You want to use the right shipping service. For example, First Class Package International service can only be used for packages up to 4 pounds, 64 ounces, and worth under $400. You also want to use the correct package label. So make sure that you are using what the label you are using matches the packaging. For example, you can only use Priority Mail labels on Priority Mail International packages, okay? So that's important. And you also have to think about add-on services. So if you want insurance, proof of delivery, signature services, or other optional services, you have to pay extra. So insurance, Priority Mail Express International and Priority Mail International services include some insurance coverage, and you can purchase extra coverage up to certain limits. And if you want certificate of mailing, this is actually proof that that you mailed something from a post office. For a return receipt, you'll get a printed or emailed delivery record showing the recipient's signature. And finally, you have registered mail. So the registered mail is kind of cool because it requires that the recipients sign for the mail to confirm delivery or attempted delivery. So that's kind of cool from a flexibility point of view. That's really fantastic. Next, you want to create your customs forms and labels. So if you are trying to ship USPS international packages and fill out a customs forms, you need to create your forms and labels. You have to fill out a customs form when you send packages to other countries, okay? All customs forms must be computer generated. So if you use a click and ship service to print your own postage, it will print a customs form for you. If you will be paying for your postage at the post office, the thing is you have flexibility there too, okay? So the cool thing is you can save time by printing your own customs form at home using the USPS Customs Forms online tool. Otherwise, again, you have to go to the USPS office, the nearest office, and you have to really fill out the form PS 2976 there, 2976R. Okay, this is actually the form that actually relates to the custom procedures. So that's important. And also, you have to understand that when you fill out a customs form, you'll make a list of what you're sending, including how much each item is worth and its weight. There are also new requirements for providing more detailed descriptions of contents in packages sent to countries that follow European Union customs rules. So that's important to really think. So the receiving country, for instance, may open and inspect your package, so you need to be accurate. Okay, and so one thing for sure, you have to be as granular as possible. Okay, if you're trying to really stay out of trouble. Next, you want to send your international shipments. So if you're trying to ship UPS international packages, you really once your package has the correct address, postage, and correct and customs form, how you send it will depend on its size and weight, whether you use the stamps or paid for postage online, and if it has a computer generated customs forms. That's one of those things where you have to really see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Now, there are some things you need to understand here. You may be able to drop off your international package in a blue box if it meets the following conditions. I'll put this on the screen. So basically, your package has a computer generated customs forms. You paid for the postage online, like using click and ship, and also it weighs less than 10 ounces and is less than 1.5 inch thick. Now let me talk to you about customs here. So if you are trying to ship USPS international packages and fill out a customs form, you need to understand that you want to really provide as much granularity as possible. Customs declaration are used to declare the contents and value of your shipment, right? So this is a legal requirement. So USPS, FedEx, UPS, and all other major carriers require a customs declaration form for international shipping. So that's important to think about. So you can actually use shipping software to actually help you fill out the necessary paperwork for international shipping. And you can do so real fast, okay? Now, shipping is a part and parcel, actually pun absolutely intended, of running an online retail business, but also a brick and mortar business. And with any major shipment, you have to handle the proper packing of the item as well as the courier paperwork. However, because you have a complexity, an extra layer of complexity that comes with international shipping, you have to be prepared for that kind of complexity. Okay. Now, why are our customs forms used for international shipping? Well, because you want to really abide by the law. Customs declarations are used to declare the contents and value of your shipment. They also act as your acknowledgement that you have complied with the shipping laws of both the origin and destination countries. Any parcel that enters a country is subject to scrutiny by the local customs authorities. So, as part of their inspection, they will evaluate the package for taxes and duties. Since the forms will have all the necessary details, you can consider them a passport for your package, really, when you think about it. So, all the info you provide on the customs declaration form should be accurate. I want to insist on that. It should be absolutely accurate. If the customs authorities find anything amiss, they will hold your package for further inspection. In fact, some packages will be even destroyed if the authorities suspect foul play. Additionally, many goods that enter a country are subject to taxes and customs duties. The authorities will decide actually if they apply to your package and how much those fees might actually be. Okay, so just be aware of those sort of implications. So all carriers require a form. Okay, any parcel that will cross an international border on its journey will need a customs declaration form that has been carefully filled out. It's a requirement for international shipping procedures. So, if you are thinking about filling out a customs form, what is USPS saying? Well, the United States Postal Service generally requires a form for every package that's actually sent overseas. However, there are certain exceptions made depending on what mail class you use and the value of your packet. Sorry about that. Of your package. For example, you will not need a form if you want to send a package that weighs less than 16 ounces through First Class Mail International, because this will should only contain documents. So a common question from shippers is that, can I print USPS customs forms online? Of course, you can do so, but just remember that you are going to abide by the rules, okay? So in terms of customs forms, you are able to fill out customs forms online. So when you ship items from the US to another country, you have to really make sure that you are having the right info actually on the form. Okay, that's important from a compliance point of view. So that's for USPS. What about FedEx? FedEx also requires you to fill out custom forms for international shipping. You will need to mention what the package contains, including how many pieces are inside and what they're made of, why you are sending it, and how much it's worth. If you are vague or give the wrong info, your parcel may not be delivered. If you are shipping with let's say software, basically the software will automatically generate the post office declaration forms for you. Okay. Otherwise, you can use the FedEx manager to help you with the documentation and labels. What about DHL? DHL also complies with the customs regulations of all countries where they operate. Okay, so which means you will need to make customs declarations for all your packages. Again, you will need to provide basic information about your package's content and value. Of course, you can really automate the whole thing through shipping software. So this is something to really think about. Okay. Also, what about UPS? UPS also does have a process in place where they will ask you to have a customs declaration document, if you will. So the takeaway here is that in today's conversation, I explained to you how to ship USPS international packages and fill out a customs form. And I give you the overview, the steps, the customs information, and finally the takeaway. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.